ASMR video. I'm going to be giving you some of my thoughts on WrestleMania 40, aka WrestleMania XL. And let me give you a little spoiler alert. I think it lived up to the name. It was quite XL. And obviously this video is going to talk about the results of the event. So if you haven't seen that, even though it happened a few days ago, and you don't want to get spoiled, then don't watch this video until afterwards. But quickly, before I get into my thoughts, I just wanted to say sorry. I didn't upload for a while. The last upload was the song drop, Sleepy Time. But I've been working on that for a while, and I put a lot of time into that, and so that's why there was a bit of a gap there. And then this weekend, this past weekend, obviously WrestleMania, and I had some family in town for that, and so didn't really have time to record. But then also, there was a solar eclipse that I got to see on Monday, which was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And it was really cool because the stars quite literally aligned for the ultimate WrestleMania/eclipse weekend. But, yeah, now I'm uploading again today. So let me go ahead and tell you what I thought. Overall, I thought the event was great. Of the WrestleManias that I've seen in person, not in person, but that I've actually watched, like when they happened, which I've probably watched every WrestleMania for the past 9 years. I don't think I saw WrestleMania 30 when Daniel Bryan won. Well, I saw it, but I don't think I watched it live. I think my family kind of got into wrestling, and I re-got into wrestling. Well, not re-got. I first got into wrestling, like right after that. So probably since WrestleMania 31 is the ones that I've seen. And I only really remember the last couple. Like, super good memory, but it definitely was the best, and nothing else really even comes close to stacking up. Because, well, let me just talk about what everybody is probably going to talk about and has talked about since this video is coming out days later. The main event was simply insane. I mean, obviously Cody finished the story, which was an amazing result. Like, I quite literally screamed, like, was on the brink of tears. Like, it was a beautiful sight, but also the interferences. Like, I mean, you had John Cena, you had The Rock came back out, you had Undertaker. Like, The Rock, I expected that. Usos, Solo, expected that. But John Cena and The Undertaker, total curveball. But it worked, and it was really cool. But even before the interferences, it also was just a good match between Roman and Cody. And obviously, I mean, we've seen that before, like last year, but it still was really great. And so yeah, the main event was amazing, but also the rest of the event was really good as well. Like lots of times in all WWE events, and then that doesn't exclude WrestleMania, there's always a match that's kind of like the dud, you know? Like a match that's just simply, like, not super good, know what I mean? Whether it's just, like, boring or simply bad. But there wasn't really one like that this year. I mean, the closest thing to it, in my opinion, was the Usos match between Jimmy and Jay. You know, it by no means was a bad match. exciting spots happened in the wrestling. The main thing, though, with that match they were going for was the story, which I understand, so it wasn't really about the wrestling. But I just seen in an interview between the two of them that, like, they'd said their dream match was wrestling each other at WrestleMania. And so I had really kind of personally hyped myself up for that match, was really looking forward to it. And while it wasn't bad, it didn't quite live up to that dream match standard. But I think it's because they had to focus on the story too much, so they didn't fully get a chance to, like, have any super cool spots and show off that, like, chemistry that they obviously have, being twin brothers who've worked together for so many years. But, like I said, even that wasn't a bad match by any means. And then, I mean, the other championship matches were good. Like, I thought Drew and Seth was pretty good, and the cash-in with Damian. You know, I never liked Damian as Senior Money in the Bank. I just didn't really like him too much. I didn't think he was a very good Money in the Bank, because honestly, I didn't really want to see him with the belt. However, the cash-in was really fun, and the way that they did it, like, they kind of got me on board for it. Like, I was a skeptic before, but now, I mean, like, Damian, like, I think he has a shot. Like, I don't think he's gonna have a super long reign, not as long as Seth did. But, like, I think that he actually has a shot now of holding it for at least a little bit. Because, like, his finish was really good, the South of Heaven. I really like that. And so, like, I think that he still can do some pretty great things and should have a pretty good run. And then the women's matches were good as well. You know, Rhea had a really good match with Becky to kick the whole thing off. I thought that was really great. And then the women's six woman tag team match was good as well. You know, getting to see Jade in there was pretty sweet in action, and seeing them come out on top over Damage Control was pretty sweet. What I wanted, because, you know, nobody likes Damage Control, but you're not supposed to. And then seeing Bayley beat Io Sky was really cool as well. You know, Bayley kind of got her moment, and I hope, well, she already kind of has, but I hope she'll maybe make a full face turn pretty soon, because she kind of has had like a half face turn, because it's almost like heel that's you're kind of on their side versus like a really mean heel. And Bayley's, yeah, the one that's kind of halfway there, but I think she'll go full, you know, all about the hugs Bayley or whatever pretty soon. Or the other match, another championship match was the tag team championships. I really liked that ladder match. I mean, that was sweet. That honestly that was one of the most entertaining matches outside of the two main events. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm really going on tangents, but also night one main event with The Rock was really sweet too. That match started off slow. I mean, like, I'm talking about the tag team. Rock Roman versus Cody Seth. And that match was really good. It started off slow, so I was like, this is kind of boring. But it really picked up, and it was a long match. But it really hit its stride and was good at the end. So I really liked that. And I think it was good that it was Bloodline rules, because that really gave the opportunity for lots of fun stuff to happen on night two, obviously. But like I was saying, outside of the two main events, the ladder match was probably the most exciting match to watch. Just lots of fun spots and some stuff that I don't think totally went according to plan. Like whenever Theory and Waller won their title, like, it almost looked like Theory was waiting on somebody, and maybe he was just doing a good job, like, being the lookout, is anybody coming to stop him off the ladder. But it almost looked like that spot was supposed to, something was going to happen, but it didn't. But either way, I think they were supposed to be the winners, so that still worked out. And then, Awesome Truth winning the second set of belts was sweet as well, obviously. I'm really excited to see that. They're just a great tag team. Really funny. And then how the ladder almost broke whenever Damien went up the ladder, but then Miz had to go up the ladder on the side that was bending, and like the ref was grabbing Damien's ankle. Like, that was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that. So that was pretty sweet. So that match was really fun. And then also the Gunther Sammy match. And I thought that was a pretty good match. Honestly, Sammy was not the guy I was expecting to win. I didn't really think, I thought maybe he was going to win, but I didn't think he was going to be the guy to beat Gunther. I don't really know who I thought it would be, but I wasn't thinking him. I was thinking maybe they'd go with LA Knight or something. I don't know. But I think they want to kind of keep him on the brink of the main picture scene rather than give him a mid-card title. But I think Sammy's a good fit because he's going to be a guy that's going to be able to go out there and constantly defend that belt. And it's good to have a shift from to a full face holding that belt, because Roman's a heel. And then, now Cody has a belt, so that's fine. But like, before, Roman was a heel, Logan Paul's a heel, who's the US champion, and then Seth is a face, but he's kind of like a mean face. Know what I mean? Like, he's kind of a jerk sometimes, but that's why you like him. So just having a full straight up baby face with Sammy is pretty cool. So I think that's good. And then, that was the match that really stuck out to me. Trying to think, what else was there? Sorry. The LA Knight AJ Styles match was really cool. Like, they had some crazy stuff in there. Like, some spots. Like, I thought AJ Styles was gonna break his neck on that superplex where he had to, like, do a backflip. Like, that was some crazy stuff. Just both really good wrestlers. And, LA Knight's one of those guys where I really love him on the mic. But sometimes his matches can be hit or miss. But that was definitely a good one. I'm trying to think what else. If I'm not thinking of it, must not have stood out to me too much. Obviously, you had the Philly Street fight or whatever with with Bobby and the Street Profits versus Karrion Kross and then what's the Final Testament that's there. I think that's their name, right? And that was pretty cool. It's just some fun stuff. And like, getting to see Bubba Ray was cool. And then some other stuff, just like Snoop Dogg was fun to see. Obviously, really funny on the mic. Having some cool moments with him. But is that all the matches? Have I covered them? I bet there will be one where you'll be like, hey, you forgot about this. But those are kind of the main ones that I'm thinking of. Was there something for the women's tag team champs? That was Damage Control, right? But they were in the... I don't know. That's all that I can really think of. But anyway, overall, the event was great. I mean, if I had to give it a rating, I'm pretty eager to give it a 10. And because I don't really think there was much they could have done better. Because obviously, you're not expecting every single match to be 5 stars. But there was a few matches that I'd rate pretty dang close to 5 stars. I mean, the Cody match, easily. When you finish the story, I mean, that's like a 6-star match. The other main event was really fun. Like I said, the ladder match was fun. The cash-in was fun. Lots of stuff was really sweet. The Bailey match was fun. The Rhea match was fun. There's lots of really good matches. Like I said, the biggest disappointment for me was maybe the Usos match. And it really hurts me to say that because I love both those guys. But it just didn't quite live up to the expectation. And I'm sure my expectation was just too high. Like, it did what it was supposed to do. So you still can't be mad at that. But like, none of the matches, I would say, would be like below like a 5 or anything. Like sometimes in the past on Mania, they just have total, like I said, total duds. It's like, why is this on Mania? But I think that every single match that was on this year, you could be like, okay, I get why they had that match. Like, it's understandable. So overall, because of that, I mean, I'd say it gets a 9 or 10 overall, the event. WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania XL. I was a really big fan, and I'm really excited to see where WWE is going to go from here. But, thank you guys for watching. Okay, I don't know. I think that was a weird note to end on. Let me give a clear conclusion. Rating 9 to 10 out of 10. One of those two. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Rating 10 out of 10. That's bold, but I'm doing it. Favorite match? Finishing the story. Least favorite match? Usos match. And that is my thoughts. Perfectly concluded and summarized in that little thing there. So now I can say, I hope you potentially got some entertainment, relaxation, and probably not, but maybe some tingles from this video. This has been Glax ASMR, and I haven't been uploading as frequently, but I'm going to try to keep pumping out that content and trying to do stuff that I'm passionate about and like stuff that I like talking about like this, rather than just